What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're going to play our first ever game with Erlang Shen. And guys, he's my new warrior. He is... this is it for me. I'll never play another warrior again. He's so good. I don't know why it took so long to play him. He's a blast to play. He's my type of warrior too. Just high damage, you know, he's so much fun. But we are going against a Bologna here in the solo lane. And if you saw, we saw with Jungkook at the very beginning. So we have to be careful of him. And he is poking us a little bit. So, you know, we gotta be careful. You know, we definitely don't want to lose out on farm. But we can't just go and straight up challenge him. Now, I'm not exactly sure why, but Bologna, I guess she thought they were both going to come and gank me, but that's not going to happen, and we're able to take her out. We got a very early game kill there, and, you know, okay, great. Now it kind of gets into the laning phase of things, so let's go over the build, let's go over the kit, and as well as... Guys, I've started an ATP crew community on the PlayStation Network. Feel free to join. I'd love to see some of y'all in there. And, you know, you can join in on the Sunday Fun Day. Simply search ATP crew and you'll see my logo pop up and, you know, join that community. And hey, well, that's kind of how you can get in touch with me since I have notifications turned off. Now for my first 1500 gold, I'm going to start out with Warrior's Blessing, Round Shield, which is rank 1 of Shifter Shield, 2 health potions, and 1 mana potion. And then I'm going to pick up Warrior Tabby, Shifter Shield, Quinn Size, Mystical Mail, Pestilence, and then Frostbound Hammer. I also have Meditation Cloak and Thorns for my relics. Next up we have to go over his kit, and first up we have Howling Sentinel Dog, his passive. Each time Erlang Shen hits an enemy with a basic attack, his dog hits it for 15% of his basic attack power, which triggers items for basic attacks at 15% of their normal damage and can critical hit. Spot Weakness is his one. Erlang Shen opens his third eye and analyzes the enemy's strength and weaknesses. When activated, Erlang Shen gains additional physical damage on each strike. If the buffed effect has ended and the ability is on cooldown, successful basic attacks reduce the cooldown of this ability by 1 second. His 2 is Pin. Erlang Shen launches a spear that damages enemies on impact. Enemies in the dead center of this effect when it lands are rooted in place. 72 Transformations is his 3, and Erlang Shen transforms into a mink or a turtle and charges forward. Mink damages all enemies, stopping on the first god hit, gaining haste and increased attack speed for 4 seconds. Turtles knock up all enemies in its path and gains a health shield for 12 seconds. 9 Turns Blessing is his ultimate, and Erlang Shen taunts nearby enemies, gaining damage mitigation for 4 seconds. Afterward, if Erlang Shen is still alive, he is healed for a flat amount plus 15% of his maximum health. And it's a pretty decent heal at max level. It's 450 health plus 15% of maximum health. So, you know, it's pretty decent. And it's got some good mitigations as well. Now, so I went into this game and I didn't really know his kit. You know, I read it up on it, you know, just by hitting up or down or whatever the button is on PlayStation to look at it. And I seriously, you know, I've got my ultimate unlocked right now and I have no idea what it does. And then I read it for like 2 seconds and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a heal. I didn't even realize it taunted. And so, yeah. But anyways, Erlang Shen is so good, guys. One reason I've never played him is you never see him play. You seriously, since I've been playing Smite, I've only seen a handful of people play him, and I don't know why. He's so much fun, you know, and again, he's that type of warrior that I really enjoy. Although he does have that ability, the turtle and the minks, where you have to look up and down, and I'm not a big fan of that. Same with Wukong, but it works. We do use it a couple of times in this match, but you know, we definitely don't use it the most effectively. But guys, Erlang Shen is just so much fun. Alright, let's get into this gameplay. So we're finally in an actual solo lane. Zonkui's left, and guys, you can see, you know, Bologna did get that early game death where she charged me, and charging me at level 1 is never a good idea under tower. You're going to die. You might get the kill, but you're definitely going to die. And, you know, is what it is. But you see, by their mid lane, I'm not exactly sure. Their team comp's very strange, but I'm not exactly sure what Zhong Kui is supposed to be. But you can see he's really hurt her. You know, I'm currently now 2 levels above her. I've got my ultimate. She doesn't. You know, she's out of mana. You know, because no one's dropping her blue buff, and you know I'm able to be so aggressive in this lane that it's hard for her to go pick up blue buff without, you know, this lane pushing instantly into her tower. Because, again, we have just such a commanding lead, and that's simply because, you know, they had a duo lane in their solo lane, and that allowed me to get fed and them not to. Now, at just a few minutes into the match, you know, we're already half health on that T1, and that's pretty substantial with our ultimate. You know, we're currently 7. Bologna's still only level 4. You know, and that's significant. We did get ulted by their Xbalanque, but you can see there, we just kind of ignored it. I'm going to go ahead and kind of dive this tower a little bit. You see there, I used my ultimate because I figured out it was a heal, and boom, we got our health back. She charged me because I guess she was not expecting that heal, and we're able to take her out. You know, that's awesome. That good for us. You know, that works. We're able to shut her down, and we're going to be able to keep this advantage over her. Because, again, once Bologna gets a couple of items online, she's going to absolutely be able to dominate this laning phase. So, we either need to get her out of lane quickly and keep her shut down, or we're going to have to very passively farm because her swirly hammer just can instantly clear away. Now, while I'm letting my potions heal me up, I'm gonna go ahead, drop blue. You know, we're just healing up. I'm gonna go ahead and stack my other health potion and make sure I get some health. And you know, we're gonna get back in the lane and just continue to farm. You know, Bologna is heading over, but again, we have this very strong lead. We're 3 levels up. You know, we're gonna be able to make something happen. And you can see she kind of goes in. We're able to really poke her down, but we do have to be careful. She's now in my minion wave, taking that minion poke, which is great. And now that I have that minion advantage, we should be able to make something happen. My ultimate's almost off of cooldown, so once it gets off of cooldown, we should be able to really challenge her. And, you know, let's go ahead and make sure that we can clear out these minions, push into tower, and then we can actually make something happen. Now, guys, she pushes up here, and you should really just let those minions come to you. You know, especially with me having that stun, we're able to get a ton of poke on her, and, you know, with me having that, my ultimate, you know, we're going to be able to heal this up, and we take her out. You know, try to let the minions go into tower when you're in that kind of situation. I know you don't want them to come into tower because you want that extra farm, but really, it's not worth dying for. And we were able to take her out as well as her T1. And again, you know, we're doing work, guys. Now, guys, I'm not going to stay in that lane. I'm not going to continue pushing that lane. I'm actually going to help mid, which, you know, you really shouldn't continue to push lanes. Especially if they had a jungler, there'd be some rotation. You'd absolutely get slaughtered. But, you know, I'm going to head to mid. We've kind of got a duo lane situation in mid. It's Ao Kuang and Thoth versus Zhong Kui and Baron, which, you know, Zhong Kui and Baron, that's a pretty rough matchup right there. You know, the lifesteal and damage is real on both those guys. But our Ao Kuang shows up. Now, guys, if you see here, I'm going to peel off. But I'm actually going to go around, and this is so they lose vision on me, they get more confident. We're going to head in and see if we can actually take one of them out. I'm going to go for Zong because we have a lot more time to do damage on him. And with Baron using his ult there, we're going to be able to take both of them out. You know, that's awesome. You know, great teamwork right there. You know, that me swooping around to get that gank, even though, you know, they knew I left. They didn't really know where I went, but that's exactly what we wanted to do. You know, that was a great play. My team backed me up. We're able to take both of them out and actually go in on that T1. Now, instead of me going in on the T1, though, I've got to get to my lane because I'm going to lose my tower if I don't. Now, I could have stayed in and done some work there and maybe made something happen, but, you know, let's go back to our lane. We're able to take out Bologna. You know, easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. We've got that huge lead. We're currently 4 levels above Bologna right now. You know, we're doing work, we're getting kills, and this is a good match so far, baby. Now that we've taken out Bologna, we actually want to head to mid lane. You can see we've kind of got some... We need to make something happen here. Zonkui's here. We're going to go ahead and use our ult and kind of taunt them, and we're doing some work. Medusa shows up, gets that stun on Baron. Let's focus on him, take him out. Zonkui's under tower. I'm going to take a couple of tower hits. We're just not able to take him out. And, okay, now right here, I could definitely... I could use my minks, get in there. I might even be able to get the kill before the tower kills me, especially with minions in it now. But guys, I am worth more gold than... I'm currently 7-0. I've got a much higher bounty on my head. Now, if you didn't know, basically the better you do, the more gold you're worth when you die. We've killed Zonkui a couple of times, so if I dove him and killed him, he would get more farm than I would. And that's if I killed him. He might even be able to turn it around and kill me. So diving towers like that, if you're just going to trade, is never worth it. Just go ahead, back up, take out that T1. That's a much, much better play. Now from here, we're going to head back to our solo lane, you know, get ready for this counter push on Bologna. And guys, honestly, we are not really worried about our T1. We would rather make rotations, get kills, make plays happen. While Bologna's still trying to take down the T1, we can run around and slaughter her team and take out other towers. It'd be much better to take out a T2 and lose our solo lane T1 than it would be to just stay in this lane the entire time. So, as a solo laner, once you down that T1, that's really when you're free to start rotating. And you can see here in mid lane, Baron and Zonkui, you know, they're doing work against our mid lane. And we're able to just make these rotations, make this keep happening, you know, keep doing damage to them. We're able to get that taunt onto Zonkui, and, you know, we're doing some work. You know, it's definitely not the best work. But, you know, if we were able to chase them off, save Arthos' life, you know, if we would have had a little bit of backup, we probably could have taken at least one of them out. But that's quite all right. Let's head back to our solo lane. And, guys, these are the rotations I'm talking about. You're free to make these rotations once you down that T1, and you can make these very, very quick rotations and just kind of do some work, get back in a lane, maybe save a life, something like that. Now, with our significant advantage, we're able to just bully Bologna out of the lane, and then we're going to head back to mid lane. Again, we're just going to keep these rotations up. We're able to get a root onto both Baron and Zonkui. We're just not able to get the damage off enough. You know, we didn't have our ult. It was close though. But again, you know, we're able to make these rotations. That's really helping out our team. But we gotta head back to our lane. You know, our mid lane's kind of pushing into that T2, and there's nothing that's gonna happen, especially with their Kuzimbo there. There's just not a whole lot that's going to happen there. So let's just continue our farming in our solo lane, you know, get this lane pushing. We're keeping Bologna stuck to this lane. She is stuck to this lane while we're making rotations. And although that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, every fight we get in is going to be plus me. You know, when Bologna's missing because she's trying to still take out my T1, I'm going to be able to take out, or, you know, go help a team fight, something like that. You know, and that's definitely worth it. Now, Bologna was chasing me a little bit, and I was saying, hey, you know, I can definitely still fight her. So, but we're just going to go ahead and back off. I'm going to finally put on my Quince Eyes, and then I'm going to start building into my Mystical Mail. I really should pick up, you really should pick up Pestilence first. But, you know, I'm thinking I've got just such a good lead that I can get away with not, you know, put on some more protections and get some more damage. That might help out because, again, you know, the mid lane has done not the best job of farming. Now, Zonkui's here. We're able to get a root on him. We're going to be able to take him out. You know, great job. Great rotation by Thoth. Now, with this collapse, our Ao Kuang, everybody like that, we should be able to just really take this out. Now, I'm thinking Ao Kuang, he must not have his ult right here. I'm going to go ahead and secure this kill with my 1, and sure enough, we're able to take him out. And we're going to chase down this Baron, and they actually end up surrendering here shortly. So this was an awesome match, and again, you know, my first match, holy moly. This guy is so much fun, y'all definitely have to check him out. Well, if y'all enjoyed, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.